We're going to look at solving two-step equations, which is going to be just a little extra step from your one-step equations. Your goal is still to get x by itself. You're still going to do it by doing the opposite to whatever's attached. And the more you have OCD-like neatness, the better off you're going to be when you do these problems. So let's take a look. Let's start with this one. My goal is to get x by itself. That means I need to get rid of the minus 13, and I also need to get rid of the negative 5. Always start by getting rid of things that are further away from the variable first. So to get rid of a minus 13, I add 13 to both sides. Now I'll have a negative 13 plus 13, which is 0. So the only thing left on the left-hand side is now the negative 5x. On the right-hand side, 22 plus 13 is 35. Notice how I'm trying to keep everything lined up and very neat. And I ask myself the same question. If I want to get x by itself, I need to get rid of the negative 5. The negative 5 is attached by multiplication. I'll do the opposite, which is division. So I divide each side by negative 5. Those reduce. 35 divided by negative 5 is negative 7, and I have my answer. Let's go to number 2. My goal is to get x by itself. I need to get rid of the divide by 3 and the plus 6. I start with what's most furthest away from the x. That's the plus 6, so I subtract 6 from each side. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. 6 minus 6 is 0, so the only thing I have left on the right-hand side is x over 3. My goal is to get x by itself. I need to get rid of the divide by 3, which means I need to do a multiply by 3. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. A 3 in the numerator and a 3 in the denominator reduce, and I have my answer. We've got one more problem. And what we're looking at here has a fraction, so it's going to be a reminder of that exception of what you do when you have fractions. I'm trying to get x by itself. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the 10. Well, the 10 has a positive sign. You don't see it, but remember, if you don't see a sign, it's positive. So now I'm going to subtract 10. And when I do that, on the left-hand side, I have negative 5/4 x, and on the right side I have 20. These two added to 0. My goal is to get x by itself, which means I need to multiply by the reciprocal of this fraction. So I'm going to rewrite it. Remember, the reciprocal is just flipping the fraction. So that's really a negative 4/5 times that. And if this is what I multiplied new on the left side, I need to do it on the right side as well. So I'm going to do a 20 times a negative 4/5. Now the way this works, denominator, numerator, they're reducing. Denominator, numerator, they're reducing. A negative times a negative is a positive. After all of that mess, the x escapes. Over here I have a positive 20 and a negative 4/5, so a positive times a negative is a negative. If I want to, I can think of a 1 underneath there, and I can go off to the side of the paper. 20 over 1 times 4 over 5, and negative. I multiply the top. 20 times negative 4 is negative 80. 1 times 5 is 5. And if you go ahead and do that division on a calculator, you will find out that that is negative 16. That's your two-step equations.